Yo.
How you doing?
Oh, doing great. How you doing?
I'm doing just fine myself. Had some good holidays.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a good holiday.
Are we live right now?
Oh, yeah.
All right, I just like to introduce myself. I'm Earl Copenhagen. I'm filling in for Nanya tonight. He was busy, so filling in.
All right. How's it going, Earl?
Hanging in there, bud. Hanging in here. This Northeast is crazy up here. Came up here for the holidays to see Nanya family. I can't wait to get back south.
I love it down south. You know what I mean?
People way more hospitality like.
Yeah.
Too hospitable up here.
You know what I learned about the South?
What'd you learn?
I learned that liquor stores are closed on Christmas. Eric was messaging me very upset. He could not find a liquor store open. He went into a vape shop and complained about there not being liquor stores open. So
part of me, sir, but I'm not familiar with this here Eric.
Oh, his name's Eric Harlan. Good guy, really good guy, a good Christian man.
Never heard of him before in my life, but I do know that in the South on Lord's Day on Sunday in the real Bible Belt states they ain't buying no alcohol on the Lord's Day. You can't purchase any.
Yeah, he was all out. It's a shame. Christmas ruined.
Tisk. My vitamins falling down. Using my vitamins to prop up my fancy sit up here.
So what's new? What's going on here? What's on the agenda?
I heard a bunch of turmoil about sponsors chickening, getting yellow bellied over some casual comedic statements.
Yeah.
I heard that there's, I don't know what's going on in society. You can have litter boxes in schools, drag queens teaching the children, but God forbid you should ever say anything controversial in a comedic way that certain protected classes of people. It seems like they get unfair protection, like other people could be talked about or ridiculed and dragged through the mud, but not certain people. And that changes throughout the eras and times. I just think that's pretty fucking funny.
Yeah.
Who the fuck? What in tarnation is it? What is this? A human?
It's Eric.
That's Eric. He looks like a cryptid to me. He looks like a cryptid with no jowls. The boy ain't got no jowls. Oh, King of Denmark.
What's up? Brother?
King of Denmark. This is America, bub. You
nice
in America over here on this here stream, boy.
Hello, Captain.
So what's up, Eric?
On break.
Nice. How's your day going? Very busy. Gift cards bringing in a lot of people.
It's steady.
Yeah.
Get down or lay down.
Nice.
Yeah, I did not go into that big complaint. Funny, adding to the story there.
I just imagine some poor vape employee getting yelled at by Eric Harlan because liquor stores aren't open.
Hold on a second. No, they're not. I'm actually thinking about quitting, actually. So.
That's good.
Quitting what? Arm wrestling or your job?
Maybe a New Year's resolution.
Okay. Stopping the drinking.
No, neither. Talking about quitting drinking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Amazon just seems to not want me to have a table.
Hey, feller, where I come from, people that like to do New Year's resolutions and like to say, well, it's your new year, I'm going to get her all right. They never do because they're the lowest class of sheep. They do it on the most cliche time of the year, New Year's. I'm gonna get it together. Get the fuck out of it, because you would get it. Blah, you would get it together any other goddamn time of the year. You wouldn't have to wait to New Year's, pal.
Harlan, turn your background music down. They're in
Terrible.
the parking lot.
Terrible.
I don't know how to do that, actually. What I can do. Is that helping?
Well, if you find a quiet place, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll just get in my car.
All right.
But yeah, all I can say to that, Mr. Earl Copenhagen Wagon, stay tuned. I'll show you what I'm made of.
Oh, my.
I already know from what I see, you ain't made of no fucking genetics whatsoever. I never trust a man that ain't got no jowls, no jaw structure or chin. I don't know you're bad judging off your inferior genetics. I wouldn't fuck with you.
All right. Nice, quiet car. Nice. What kind of car you drive, Eric?
Kia Soul,
Nice. Classic.
all black.
Yeah. Which one of your I heard from Nanya. Wait a minute, I know who this buddy is. It's a fella with the 2 homosexual roommates. Which one of your roommates' car is that? Because I know it ain't yours. I know you ain't got the. I know the title ain't in your name, pal.
You're right.
Goddamn right. Goddamn right I am.
So last time I talked to Eric, you didn't talk to me. You were you put a mask on, kind of took my style a little bit.
You like that, huh?
That was nice, yeah.
That's just
So-
my way of showing y'all I can be quiet when I want to.
Okay.
That's impressive.
So do you have any words for Devin's forearm?
He's gay.
Okay.
I mean, you already know the story. It's like, goddamn, I just said, what's up to everybody, and kicked me right out. I was like, damn, I guess I'm not wanted here. But before he did that, I put out like 5 friend requests, made some connections.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy. Where do you fancy your wanted? What kind of demographic you think wants you, pal?
I'm a big Eric fan.
All right.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
Who else? Who else?
Broderson doesn't seem to hate me either.
Got no reason to hate you, Eric.
Matter of fact, I would love to pull you, Broderson, over. Sorry, Captain, but
Okay.
I don't mean to hurt your feelings.
Why would you rather pull me? You think I'm an easier
Because you're a
victory?
hooker. No, because I think you're actually when I seen how you performed at that last tournament you went to over there with
Yeah, I went
Travis Bajan and stuff.
Yeah, inside pulling, yeah.
Yeah. Now, are you just a right-hander or are you a left-hander too?
I don't pull left, just right. I've never won a left-handed match in my life, and that includes amateur tournaments. So,
Gotcha.
if that tells you anything.
We can line it up.
Well, I'm a little disappointed. I thought you and Captain would be a good arm wrestling match, and I'm sad to hear it fell through.
Not in 3 years. Somebody said that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm down whenever. We just got to find a place to do it at.
All right. So,
Oh, really? I mean, I've already put it out, you sweetheart.
Sorry.
I've already put it out, you sweetheart.
I mean,
And I ain't saying we're going to do this at my place. I'm saying we're going to do this at a public bar.
Yeah.
All right, Eric. The problem is all 4 of us here live way apart, man. There's not like a good common location for all of us to like get together and pull because we're all like 8 hours away from each other.
Aren't you friends
Captain
with Travis?
said he'd drive out to me.
Yeah, it's not about the bar. It's about who's throwing the event. You know what I mean? Who will get the-
West Virginia is the place to do it at one of Travis's events when he has another one.
Aren't you
Yeah,
friends
fuck
with
that
Travis?
shit.
Are you friends with Travis, Eric?
Hell no.
Oh, okay. I thought you were.
Hell no.
Wait,
I
didn't
heard
you
the
say
bitch in that voice, boy? I heard the bitch in that voice, boy. I know why you don't want to go to a Travis event, because you know you're gonna get bullied, boy, and ain't no one gonna help you. You might get wet up. You might get wet up.
Didn't you say Travis subscribed to your channel, Eric?
Yeah, he did, but come to find out, he unsubscribed sometime later on.
Travis don't appreciate low F words.
Yeah, Travis only appreciates making money and hustling.
No, Travis
Which
don't appreciate your kind, boy.
I mean, he openly stated that he does not care about his fans. He just cares about the money they give him and shit.
He's a hustler, man. Nothing wrong with that.
He's a businessman, but guess what? Buddy? You're a fucking retard, because almost everybody thinks like that. That's a businessman. He's sitting here telling you. He's telling you what time it is. You could take that man's word. You know, I could throw him a pretty far distance, even though he's heavier and a lot bigger than me, because he comes out, he's more honest. His heart is on his sleeve, kind of. He's telling you what he's doing. You can respect and appreciate a man like that. Unlike snake-like characters that just keep transforming as the time goes on. Fuck with me, boy.
You sound like my cousin from Louisiana, there, Earl Copenhagen.
Well, what's his sire name? We might be related.
I don't think so. Cajun French all the way, brother.
All right, there, King of Denmark. I got my eye on you, boy.
Eric, did you get a beard brush for Christmas? Your facial hair is looking real nice today, Eric. Nice and brushed. Looking nice.
You are so gay, man.
All right, who on this podcast is a reptilian agent in the reptilian agenda? Josh Berger just said there. Watch out for the serpent shapeshifters.
Yeah, hey, you gotta watch out for them.
As far as I know, I'm not part of the reptilian agenda, so I'll clear myself of that.
This is the thing, buddy. A lot of people could be sleeper cells. You could be a part reptilian and a sleeper cell just laying dormant. You have no fucking idea. But you could take some psychedelics and get with a collective energy force. And mirrors will tell you a lot of things too. If you spend some time in some mirrors, staring yourself down for hours, you start seeing it gets interesting.
Am I looking for like a vertical snake-like pupil behind the iris or something?
I'm saying sometimes you see somebody else looking back at you. It ain't you.
All right.
Just for a millisecond. Come right out there. Bam.
I'll keep an eye out. I'll keep an eye out for him.
Well, I mean, Broderson, if you start fucking with some fucking machine elves and whatnot, you know, put it this way: once you go into the void, see, all it takes is one trip. If they like you, if they fancy you, if entities fancy you, they get locked on to you, and then they got your frequency, boy. They got your location with a K. Habib Nurmagomedov. I can't say that with my Earl Copenhagen accent.
I got you. I'll keep an eye out for.
Spend some time in Dagestan. I did spend some time wrestling bears in Dagestan. I'm not talking about the homosexual bears that Eric Carlin wrestles. I was wrestling straight Kodiaks and Grizzlies. Granted, they were youths. They were teenagers.
Yeah, I heard that story. You're getting your ass kicked by the hood guys. You shared that openly.
Guys, that wasn't new. When I was talking about Dagestan, we're talking about white Muslims. There's a difference.
Eric,
yeah.
Eric, have you ever done psychedelics?
No, I was actually a straight edge all the way up until my late 20s. No smoking, no drinking, no nothing.
And then you just
what y'all?
Look at you now.
What did y'all think about me interviewing the Popeye, Timothy Colon?
It was nice and wholesome.
Yeah, like one or two
was
people
Yeah.
watched. That was
Yeah, you need to work on your. You don't have
Yeah, that Nanya guy jumped in there right at the end.
yeah. Whatever. I just want to see the father of my sacrifice to the gods looking there with his Christmas tree in his hat. I couldn't help myself. And with you, it was some comedy. I tell you what, you guys are missing the mark. We need to get you doing some comedy skits. I mean, just you and Popeye together. That's a combination right there.
Eric, do you want to do a bet here?
What kind of bet? What are we talking about here?
I think
How
he's
long-
a Christian. He's a Christian. I don't
Well,
think he
first thing, do you even have a Cash App? First thing.
I got Venmo. I don't do Cash App.
Get a Venmo, Harlan. Get a fucking routing number. You piece of shit, scum.
How long?
Excuse me. Pardon my.
How long will it take for you to block me again? We're at 3 this month.
I don't know. I probably don't need to again.
See, I'm the
Because,
opposite. Like I don't block anybody. People block me. I'm your polar opposite, Harlan.
Yeah, I've noticed that. You got an email address.
He's also the king of Denmark.
Kind of goes with the territory, bub.
I don't remember us granting you an earldom, Mr. Copenhagen.
Excuse me?
Where were you granted your earldom?
My
Who
earldom?
granted you your earldom?
My name, I am an Earl Duke of Hell. Coming here.
What you got right there, Captain?
Okay.
It's
What you drinking over there?
My name is Earl.
Monkey 47.
Prince of
gin.
Hell, I see.
It's a gin.
I ain't ever.
Broderson, fuck with me, boy. I got the sigils and everything. This boy thinks he's a sorcerer. I'm a goddamn sorcerer. He's merely adapted to sorcery. I was born in the sorcery. The womb I was in was a sorceress fucking succubus straight from the depths of hell.
My mother's a witch.
Nah, you got to lay off the peyote, man.
I wish I did have some.
That shit's fucking up your head, man.
You're a son of a witch.
Hey, I'm sober right now, pal. Just had some marijuana. I ain't even been drinking today. I drank a little bit in the morning. That's it. This is me sober.
Do you smoke?
If I was on drugs, I wouldn't be on this here live, pal. I'd be having fun. I'd be doing.
No, you look good. So sober's a good look on you, Mr. Copenhagen.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yep.
I'll be right back, fellas. Hold it down for me.
We'll be right here, Captain. You can count on that.
So, Broderson,
sir,
what is your opinion on the recent arm wrestling events? What do you think are the top 5 arm wrestling? And when I say events, ongoing controversies in arm wrestling right now, from the elite level down.
Okay, number 1 would be controversy. You mean like
controversial? People are yapping about it.
The yappers. Okay.
People are yapping. It's getting people talking. There's multiple sides. This one's saying that one. This one's right. This one's wrong.
Levon Saginash-Billy being 100%.
Nobody's asking you, boy. Shut the fuck up. I'm asking Broderson.
You'll get your turn, but I'm going to reverse it. I'm going to start from the bottom up, and then we'll get to the top. I'd say at the bottom end of us, lowlier life forms is the Eric Harlan controversy. I'd say also at the lower end of things is which event is going to take over as our lower end event? Is it going to be 98? Is it going to be Knuckles Up for our more local events? What's going to be the premier stage there? Moving right up. I don't know if that's controversial or just gonna.
People
yeah.
talk.
What's going to be the next big event here for us lower level guys? Moving right to the top. Is Devin Lorette really going to be the number 1, or is this all just hype and he's going to get smashed by the Georgian? I think that's a big topic right now. Is Travis going to actually do anything with his arm wrestling? There's another topic.
Of course he
well, I mean, I've known Travis, not known, I don't know him, but I met him like 5-6 years ago, and I asked him who he wanted to arm wrestle, who he cared about arm wrestling, and the tree said nobody, so I don't know. But anyway, so you guys help me out here. I'm not.
Wait, let me just jump on that subject real quick.
Yeah, let's jump on that one. That's a good topic.
So this is what I say. I've met the fella a few times, but I remember Game of Arms, so I've indirectly, consciously, and subconsciously have analyzed this fella.
Right.
So and I've actually put my own business model, kind of what Travis does. So I'm well educated on the man, and what I think is Travis is the kind of guy. He's gonna say I absolutely suck. I'm not. If he ain't doing nothing, he ain't doing nothing. He ain't gonna talk about doing nothing. He gonna wait until he been training good before even cycling or doing anything. He gonna have some months in the gym training before he's even admitting he's training. Travis is the opposite when it comes to shit like that. So what I see, how he's talking and how he's always on the live on the machine shit, he sees what's going on. Travis knows he's got it left hand. Left hand is still out there. It's still, he could go, it's less competition. He would be stupid not to jump on the ball right now. Think Travis is a businessman. He knows if he takes a certain amount of vitamins, he'll get to the strength level. He's already got everything downloaded. He knows what he can do. And listen, with his son in the NFL, with riding high, with all this media publicity attention, he would be a complete moron not to give it one last fucking run.
Not to capitalize on some of that. I think that's a great analysis, Mr. Copenhagen.
Thank you, sir.
I couldn't say it better myself.
Hey, Eric, I got a question for you. Why do you think you can beat me when there's a video of you on the internet losing to a girl at your work? The one with the Hispanic girl.
That was not a girl. And that was 2 arms to 1, sir.
Was it a tranny?
But I tell you what, though, once I already tried this past fucking Friday, and Amazon just doesn't want me to have a fucking table for some reason. I'm going to the Easy Real site, and I'm getting me a combo from there. If and when in the future I'll make another video of that same person 2-arming me on my right arm, yeah, I got you.
It's almost like
because, and I'll say this: the dimensions and the feel of sitting down and doing what we were doing, and that table being a little bit wider than a normal arm wrestling table, it's all about the angles and the dimensions and stuff. It'd be totally different on a table. Promise you that.
See, to me, it's all about the sex of the person you're arm wrestling. You know what I mean? And you lost to a girl. You know what I mean?
That's sexist, man. Shame on you.
No, I'm just saying. You lost to a dishwasher.
Hey, boy. Hey, you know what? First of all, seems like the universe is telling you shouldn't be arm wrestling. You can't even get your hands on the table. And also this question, boy. You from the South? You telling me you can't fucking rig you up? You can't fucking build you some arm wrestling table, boy? What kind of stuff over here needs to buy an arm wrestling table? You get some goddamn leftover fucking wood and some fucking nails and a hammer, boy. Fuck is wrong with you?
Jesus was a carpenter. Think about it.
A tecton, he was.
An unskilled Southern hick that can't even fucking build an arm wrestling table. You can only work at Freddy's Custards. That's why you don't do no real labor work, boy. What kind of grown man works at a fast food restaurant? You're supposed to be out there risking your life doing dangerous work, making top dollar you can, you fucking pussy.
I really want to try Freddy's. I want to give it a shot. Have you had Freddy's before, Earl? You ever had a Freddy's steak burger?
Oh, I never even heard of the place. I've been all over America. I never even seen a fucking Freddy's. I seen a lot of different steak and custards, never a Freddy's.
King, have you ever been to a Freddy's?
No, I've never had a chance to run into one. No.
Have you been here pretentious?
I eat a lot of burgers. I eat a lot of fast food. You should see my car.
Hey.
It's full of it.
Well,
Full of it.
Daddy's got to go. Y'all have a good one.
Goodbye.
Have a good one, man.
Wow.
That feller seems diseased to me. I'll be right back. I gotta get some more water.
All right.
He left before I could address his comment to you.
Which
He
one?
said your hand and wrist wasn't strong. Well, that's been 3 months ago now, and he doesn't know what you've been doing. So
True. Yeah. I do wish I had done better at that tournament, though. But whatever. You know,
no, it's all. It is what it is. You're pretty new, and it takes a few months to break it in, get your wrist and elbow strong.
Hopefully, he just shows up to Winter Blast. That'd be nice if he just popped in there.
I don't see it happening. That's why I was saying I wish there was a closer. Well, how far are you? Where do you live, Captain?
Bro, if he goes to Winter Blast, I'm telling you right now, not even coming from me. I know other people that are going there. He's gonna get fucked up, and it ain't coming from me. Like there's people that have already said like yeah, that they're looking forward, hopefully, that he does show up. So.
Right.
Forget
about him for a minute. How far are three of us apart if you draw a triangle geographically?
I'm in southern Delaware, so like the last 20 minutes of Delaware.
And where are you at, Nanya?
I'm in fucking Hawley, Pennsylvania. Well, I'm in Hawley, Pennsylvania visiting. I'm from fucking Franklin County, Virginia. Down there.
I know you said you were from there, but where are you living now?
Well, no, I'm visiting. I'm up here visiting Nanya.
So he's in.
I'm not far from Franklin, man. If you're really in Franklin, I'm close to you.
Franklin,
real close.
Rocket Mount, near road.
Yeah, I'm really close. All right, I'm really close to you.
I live. You get the food line. I got family that works at the food line down there.
No, so for all jokes aside, if you want to pull, like, let me look how far I am from Rocky Mount. Like an hour and a half, maybe.
I'll be traveling all over the place, you know.
This isn't where I live, but when you're done, check how far you are from Lewis, Delaware.
By trade, I just started getting into the arm wrestling. Nanya got me into it. We look alike. We come from a similar bloodline. We're half bloodline.
Lewis, Delaware, you said?
Yeah. How far do you live from there? I live a little bit north of there, but don't want to get doxxed.
Wow, we're way far. Over 7 hours. 7 hours, 13
All
minutes.
Right, so what other topics are on the?
Yeah, that geography is kind of boring.
Do you want to?
All right, I got one for you. Where is so? Paul Italia is the big thing in semi-pro arm wrestling now. Where is his level really at? And when are we going to find out his? How do we really figure that out until you're matched with him?
Have you pulled with him?
Everybody's opinion.
Have you ever pulled with him?
Yeah, and he beat me. So obviously he's a semi-pro. I'm a strong amateur, real strong amateur. I win most, get top two in every. I've been on amateur tournaments and always place 1 or 2. So
okay.
So that puts him above me, but that doesn't really answer a lot because.
All I know is I seen the fella Grondin stop him, and after I seen that, I looked up some tape on Grondin, and I wasn't too there impressed. I know Nanya definitely a lot bigger than him, just on physicality, leverages, and all kinds of posting points and whatnot. That little feller's gonna have a hard time. Honestly, I see him going to a desperation move. I see desperation move, and I see Nanya either deciding to.
You're gonna lean on that bicep. Yeah, he's gonna lean on that bicep.
He's gonna stick a point, or he's just gonna go and go right through that King's move and test them there anchored in tendons.
Have you decided if you're going to Winter Blast yet?
Who, me?
Adam? Yeah.
I have no idea if it's going to happen or not. It's financials and otherwise. So I wish I could give you a solid answer. That's why I was saying I wish there was something closer to the three of us where we could all meet and pull. But
yeah, I want to clarify. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. You go first.
Eric keeps saying I am ducking his offer to pull in his backyard, but it's not about the whole having a place to do it. It's about having a organization to do it under that will get the word out to make it worth the travel and the money.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I sort of fixed this twice with the help of Paul and a couple other people. So it's now sort of up to Eric since he sort of fucked everything up. So if he can, talk to Travis or somebody of that caliber at putting on events, I would definitely be down.
I see, feller, I heard through the grapevine, I don't mean to be the bearer of bad news and disappoint you, Bach, but I heard that Harlans are known for excelling at fucking up. And only
that's what I've heard.
I mean, I've heard it through the grapevine, and then since I heard it through the grapevine, I went there on Reddit, and some Redditors told me some stories about bulldogs and not on gunfight analogies and life imitating art imitating life and whatnot.
We have tracked down the lesbian that shot Eric.
Oh yeah,
yeah. We just want to ask a couple questions.
Would this brave young lady like to come on the show and give
her... I didn't find her, but somebody in the little circle did. But we'll see what happens to that. It'd be interesting to hear like what led to that, because I feel like he had to know her, right?
Maybe not. Usually, yeah.
I think I got a feeling who found her. A portly gentleman.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Excuse me, I had to light my Palo Santo because that goddamn demon you had on before.
Yeah. Should we lay out the official, because it's been 2 weeks since we've been on here, a week or whatever, 2 weeks. A lot has happened with that whole thing we talked about last time when we were talking about Eric. Like, it's been on and it's been off like twice since then. So maybe we should do play-by-play of exactly what happened.
I'm out of the loop, so I'd like to hear it. I don't know if Earl would.
Well, I would say this. There's people in the community that thinking or saying that he shouldn't be talked about at all. But I'm kind of divided. I don't really go out of my way. I got too much shit to do. But when it comes down to it, when a feller keeps making videos and he's got an agenda to try to come at other people, my family included, well, I take umbrances with that, and I say that things should be exposed as war. We don't just lay down and let someone give their side of events and go with that. No, you can't do that. So I say yes, everything needs to be cleared out, and this feller needs to be aired the fuck out in every way possible.
So here we go. Here's the rundown. We had the match. It was a go. Everything was good. Eric came on the 98 podcast and he apologized and said he was willing to watch his language. I think I'm not 100% sure the specifics of what happened because I was asleep, but what I got the next morning was he had made right with 98 podcast. And earlier there were some things said that were a little, off color, not sponsorship friendly. Well, in the morning, Eric clipped those things and started sending them around. And this caused a lot of controversy with sponsors and whatnot. So we were like, Eric, listen, I know you think you're, on a mission here. You're trying to find fairness in the world, but you got to take down that video or like we can't have the match because this is going against the organization that's putting on the match. So it doesn't make any sense. He refused to take down the video.
Got it.
And then he essentially blackmailed Ryan, asking for $100 sent to his GoFundMe, and he'd take down the video and a couple other things like Jody. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that happened, and so they were like, "Match can't happen." And then a couple of days later, Eric was messaging Paul asking, "What would I have to do to get this match to happen? I want the match to happen." And Paul was like, "You got to apologize to everybody publicly, blah, 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 blah." And within 5 minutes, he fucked it up again.
You're kidding.
Yeah, within 5 minutes, he had fucked it up. Like he was asking how to fix it.
Up.
Yeah.
Yes.
He made another video, and he just After that, it was pretty much scorched earth. Like this was the third time we had tried to do this. So, and now he's saying I am ducking him because I'm not going to drive to his backyard in Georgia or this bar. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Even if we went to Central Park to arm wrestle and there's a million people standing around, it's not going to benefit me at all. You know what I mean?
Hey,
Because
Captain, you know what this reminds me of? You fellers see where they take an autistic feller that's been trained in MMA or jiu-jitsu, and then they have some regular fighter that's normal lock, and he just comes in there and just like pretends with the feller, makes him think he's in a real fight, lets him win. You ever see something like that?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, this situation with Harlan kind of reminds me of that. Like we're organizing some kind of special event for someone with disabilities. I would say this endangers the integrity of arm wrestling because it borders the line of cartoonisms and the tomfoolery that respectable arm wrestlers just don't want to be a part of.
I want to comment on that because I've been hearing a lot about Paul Italia and Nanya being the problem with arm wrestling. And what they keep saying this is what gives arm wrestling a bad name, why nobody takes it seriously. Nobody takes arm wrestling serious because they don't know arm wrestling is a thing, right? The only people that are upset with Paul Italia and Nanya getting the attention they're getting is people that have tried really hard and are really good, but they're not getting paid the amount, they're not getting the attention. That's it. Everybody else is having a good time with it. As far as I can tell.
Most of the world, 99% of the world is carrying on just fine. And I think it's a problem of perspective, right? Like you said, Captain.
Yeah. I think the more meme sort of drama, the better. If it's at least entertaining. You know what I mean?
I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah.
This is an entertainment business. And fellas can't take themselves, especially in the day and age we live in. This ain't 1984. This ain't 1992. All right. This ain't even the early 2000s. All right. Everything is TikToks. Everything is low attention spans. Listen, you ain't going to generate no youth into the sport with just long ass, respectful setups and whatnot. People want to see a bunch of goddamn shit going on. And listen, especially the fellers that can do it authentic like. It seems like the fellers that can't act good, that can't get into character good, or can't get into a flow state good, it seems they get mad at other fellers that can do it, and they try to take away from it because they can't do it the same way. And it's like, listen, this is just the way it is. You gotta entertain people to get them interested. They don't gotta like you. They don't gotta love you. They hating you. They gotta be talking about it. The better if they want to see you lose. People that really want to see you lose, they're gonna be the people that are gonna be coming to the show buying. They're gonna be, hey, if you're my opponent and most people want to see me lose, they're gonna be buying your shirt, buying your pre-workout. You should be thanking me because I'm making myself the villain and they're buying your shit. Jesus Christ.
Damn right.
I agree. I think the new characters are priceless. You, Paul Italia, Captain Harlan, to a degree. I think it's where it's at. I think it's where the future of it for if you want to make money.
Yeah, I think the problem is Eric does not realize he's a character. I think that's the real issue here.
Explain, Captain.
Well, because he keeps thinking he got this opportunity on the merit of his arm wrestling abilities.
No.
Like, for example, he saw during our first stream that the arm historian had commented, and he was very upset because he has like 90 videos and I have 4, and I got the attention of him. And he's like, he should do a rise and fall on me because I got so much arm wrestling content. And I'm like, man, you just said that out loud. That's crazy, man.
Yeah. I mean, that's a man. Like, listen, most people think they're somewhere before they're there. This guy already wants to do his rise and fall. How the fuck you want to do your fall? Like, you never even made it anywhere. That's wild.
That's some intense projection of the future.
Captain Pretentious.
Yeah, what's up?
I'm here to challenge you tonight.
Yeah, we got a match tonight with this guy here. At about 11 o'clock, I'll be live streaming it.
Yeah.
He's going to be
Hello, Mr. Bicep.
I'm large bicep. The L stands for large.
Yeah.
Large.
Gentlemen.
Marge.
Yeah, what's up?
Sir, how are you?
I know this fella right here. That's goddamn Don Cotlow.
Hello, gentlemen. How are you guys?
I'm good, real good. We got large
Flourishing, thriving in spite of environmental circumstance.
Large bicep can't stay on too long. It's cold outside.
Are you?
Well, you look like that. You look like you're a stout Scottish Irish genetic stock. The cold shouldn't bother you.
He's a round fella. He's very round.
More like a hobbit.
Your people came from the Highlands, no?
They should have matched him up
Or
with
like
Wiggle.
the swamp.
Wiggles likes big fat guys like himself.
Wiggles is the most confident guy that looks like that. It's a very strange thing to witness. It's the only sport where you can be that confident. Look like Wiggles.
All right. Well, I will see you tonight, Captain Pretentious.
All right. Everybody better get ready.
All the way down.
All right.
Down to Browntown.
Are you gonna do it live, or are you just gonna post the footage afterwards?
I'll do it live, and I'll post the footage too. But yeah, it'll be live around like 11.
I'll be watching.
All right. All right. See ya, LB.
Cotlow said it was.
Let me back in, boys. Let me in. How's that? Is that better?
Yeah, it looks
Yeah,
great.
it's perfect.
I had YouTube in the other window and had all this crazy echo. My dumbass had the live going with this, so now it's fixed. How are you, gentlemen?
Oh, very good. Yeah.
Doing just fine, sir.
What's the hot topic, gentlemen? What are we talking about tonight? Eric Harlan, I heard a little bit of that.
Why the U in your name stands for? What does the U in your name stand for?
That's Andrew Wood Uncensored. It's the new name of
Now,
AWU.
all right, uncensored. Now, what does that mean, uncensored in arm wrestling? What are we striving for here?
We are
Wait till it
striving
stands up.
for no censorship. Let people be who they want to be, whether it be crazy, whether it be normal, whether it be nerd, whether it be whatever. You can just be yourself. We're not going. Yeah, look at Nunya. Nunya's a good example of uncensored. He can be his true self without being shut down, without being molded, without being corrected. A lot of people may not. If you don't like it, so what, right? So let it ride and let it have fun. So it's good. We create a lot of animals, a lot of weird people, a lot of different people, but that's what makes it exciting. You can wear a mask if you want to wear a mask. You can wear.
Thank you.
You can be white collared and work in a corporate job. You can be whatever, right?
I have my superhero cape I might wear.
Yeah, you can do that. You can do that as well. We won't block you out. Many characters of all different backgrounds.
So, Mr. Cotlow, is Mr. Wood the new Secretary of State or Defense?
Of Defense, yeah, he's our protection. I heard you talking, I think on another show, that Wood's the kind of guy that will sneak up behind you and slit your throat. You won't see him coming. So we're going to put him in the defense position.
Yes, sir.
Special ops.
Yeah, special ops, Blackwater sniper.
You don't want Wood on duty all the time. You want to keep him somewhere occupied and then send him on a mission and then have him right back. You got to reel him in. All that shit, debrief him. He needs to be debriefed heavily.
You just give him
that man about 3 times. Actually.
You give him
you don't need him going rogue. A man like that going rogue at all. Yeah.
No, you just give him a package and say, "Here's the instructions. Come back when it's completed. Don't contact me otherwise. Don't tell me anything." Right? And then things just happen, and then you hear, "Oh, everything was executed perfectly." I sent this link out to like 20 people. I was hoping to see some more people show up, but Damon almost signed up. I almost had Damon join. He said he's like getting on the train. I said, just get on your phone and connect.
Mr. Cotlow, I think a lot of them AWU people are camera shy. They like typing.
Justin came.
Here we go. Here's a real man. Nice stash there, brother.
They called him Ron Jeremy the other night. Fat Ron Jeremy. Justin, do you prefer Fat Ron Jeremy or Mario or Luigi? Fat Mario or Luigi?
Fat Mario.
Yeah. Fat Mario. Wiggles can be Luigi.
Mario.
Hey,
brother.
Hey.
How are you?
Look at this guy up here, the foot guy. There we go.
Who's the foot guy?
Oh, me. Yeah. Nice.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah.
You seen the video, huh?
I've got some jacked up feet too. Here. I'll show you
Let's see
one.
Yeah, let's see the piggies.
If you can see
Good
it.
Lord.
Oh, have mercy.
You got to go get a pedicure.
That's a lot of meat.
From a Chinese lady, some cute Chinese lady to fix those feet
That's
up.
a joint fusion done right there. That's some work.
What
Send
did
me
you
an
drop on that?
HD picture.
Yeah, I didn't know. Like the last time, they're like, "Yeah, just click on this link and it'll go on there." I was like Friday Night Live with the 98% guys. I had no clue, but so this is.
Yeah, I sent out a link and said, "Hey guys, just click on this link," and next thing you know, you're on for 2 hours.
Yeah, I hear you. It was fun though. Had a good time.
Yeah, now you're becoming a regular. You got 98. You got this show. You'll be the next household name.
There we go. That'll work.
All you gotta do is beat Wiggles right-handed, and you'll be back on your way.
I'm gonna beat him. I think I can beat him left-handed now too.
Fuck that Florida shit. Fuck Florida. Fuck Artem. Yo, hey. Oh yeah. Oh. I'm gonna take this time. I'm gonna take this time to I have a message for Artem Tarantenko. All right.
Tarantenko.
Yeah, Tarantenko, whatever the fuck his name is. Listen here, feller. You came out. There was a time where Artem, he wanted nothing more than a pair of blue jeans over in Russia. You know about blue jeans in Russia. The boy wanted some blue jeans, and he was a humble Russian boy. And then he came over to America with his mother, and he had some immigrant mentality. And, he was a good young chap back in the day coming up through the ranks, and then something happened. I tell you, he moved down to Florida with them goddamn heathens, and got possessed. He got possessed, and I don't know. I see the devil in the boy. But, now he's painting his nails. He thinks he's a goddamn rock star, and the feller, I never really said anything about him besides that he acts different in person. And I heard that he was taking pot shots at Nanya. And I would just want that feller to know. I just want him to know that I recognize that shit. All right. And that snake-like behavior. And Artem, there'll be a time where you got some shit going on with yourself, I reckon. And fellers will remember your true nature. So tread lightly, pal. Tread lightly. And don't tread on Nanya. You be treading on Earl.
I actually have a question. Why are men painting their nails now? Why is that like a new thing in this generation?
They're trying to attract underage women. I think they're like, look, I paint my nails. I'm non-threatening. Come here, baby. It's unsavory, unchristian like.
Artem has very kind eyes.
Yeah, I'll tell you a story about Artem.
That's the third tournament Captain.
The third tournament I ever pulled in. I went to Kentucky and Devin was there. Kentucky and Devin pulled in the tournament, and Artem was there. And I was like, "Who's this guy?" I had to pull him left-handed. First time I pulled pro, left-handed, and get up there to pull Artem. He just smokes me, top rolls me, pretty good. I caught him at the bottom though. I felt I had something there. I kind of caught him a little bit, but that was he is strong though. I enjoyed that, but I just thought I'd run through this guy. He's nothing, but he is strong.
Well, as Mr. Copenhagen says, as long as he remembers his humble origins and maintains a true and decent character, he'll surpass those personal difficulties, and we'll see the true Artem shine again.
It's funny if you look at some of these guys when they first started to now, they look like boys back then, 160-pound boys, and now they look like these mutants. So the sky's the limit for anybody who wants to. What's that?
Steroids are a hell of a drug, really.
Yes.
They'll turn a humble man into egomaniac real quick.
For sure.
It makes you wonder, do people get to a plateau point where they just can't lift anymore? Or the lifts are like going up so small they can't beat certain guys and they have to turn to that? Like, what's the pivotal point in someone's career to say, I now need to take this to the next level? I kind of wonder the psych.
Desire to win and to cheat, essentially.
But there's got to be a point in their brain where they say, okay, I've been doing this for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. I'm not elevating my game anymore. My lifts aren't going up at a certain level. Is that when it actually happens? Because Justin, you can comment. You started quickly. Like, what made you dive right in? Did you want to lose weight? I know you were like 400 pounds and you've lost a lot of weight. Like, what was your story to turn to the dark side?
Well, yeah, I've only got a few years left, and I want to see how good
in life
I can
or
get.
what?
I mean, but peak. I'm 40. I'm 41. So
you got a lot of time.
I figure maybe I've got 10 years, 10 good years, maybe 15.
Is it Tim?
You got 20, you fucking dumbass.
Is it Tim Bresnan or Todd Zilla? Somebody started like in their 40s. One of those guys started in their 40s.
Come on.
Yeah, I know, but I was way overweight and.
Fucking turning 39. Shut the fuck up, Justin. I'm turning 39. Stop talking.
I'm 42. I'm 42, so you're still young.
Okay, there we go.
31 here.
But, where were we? My story
your
or
journey.
What?
Yeah,
My journey. Okay. I played college football at Morehead State, and I was an All-American there. And I fucked up my senior year and got into some trouble, and ended up I had some workouts with the Cowboys and the Texans. I was a really good football player.
What position were you?
Offensive tackle. I'd probably been a center in the NFL, but that's back when the NFL Europe was around, and I pretty much had a direct line. I would have went somewhere, but got in trouble. And I've always had. I got on drugs for a long time. Ended up 2020. I was on fentanyl, overdosed, died, came back. I've been clean now for 2 years, and
Did you say died? Like you died? Like your heart
yeah,
stopped?
I died. They had
wow.
to bring me back, and it was awful. But I ran out. I was on Suboxone at the time. I was on pain. Got addicted to pain pills, and I couldn't find any Suboxone. And they said it was China White. Well, it wasn't China White. It was fentanyl. And I did like a little bit the day before and didn't do anything to me. And that next day, I did it. I was driving and nodded out and just,
wow.
I was done. And luckily, the guy with me, we got the stuff. He did CPR on me until they got there. And they got me, had like 2 or 3 rounds of Narcan there, and then 2 more in the hospital. And since then I messed around, did it a couple more times after that. But
steroids, there's nothing then. This steroids is like peanuts.
Yeah,
you're on easy stuff now.
I didn't really have any desire to live.
You're kind of the fallen athlete archetype.
Yeah.
You must have had good footwork, good balance if you were a tackle. You must move your body well. And
yeah, had a real good 20-yard shuttle. My times were real good. I was real quick. And
hey, Dustin, didn't I see you? Weren't you in the UFC during the Mark Kerr days? Didn't Tank Abbott fuck you up? Weren't you?
I wish. I would do it though. I'd fight.
But
I don't care.
He looks like one of them fellers that came in. Oh, like came
Don
in there
Fry.
Like
Don Fry.
There you go.
That big mustache. Don Fry mustache.
Don Fry.
So, Justin, when you said you had 10 years left, you mean 10 years of life or 10 years of sporting potential?
Just until I peak, you can't. Once you start going the other way, like
we live in the future.
True.
I mean, the good thing
10 years from now, bro, it's going to get, the technology is going to get cheaper. It's going to be more available. We'll be living there. We'll be competing to where 90, 100, the average life expectancy will raise as that's the one thing that's already happening. Think about the past. Motherfuckers were already dead and old. They were 100 when they were 40. We're living longer than we ever did before. And that'll keep extending.
The best arm wrestlers in the U.S. are all older dudes. I mean, look at Brazink, Toddzilla, Devin, all these guys, Jerry Caderet. So you got plenty of time.
He's a greenhorn coach. He don't know the history of arm wrestling. He don't look at top dogs or old fellers.
He didn't watch the documentary.
But that's kind of like
Jawn.
What I'm talking about, though. I feel so much better. I feel like I'm alive. Like I've got a purpose. I've got all kinds of arm wrestling friends. It's like a big, we're a posse. Just it's awesome. I just wish we could make money doing it, and all of us, dude. I love it. I'm in love with the sport. Just to have that competitive. I'm a competitor anyway. To be able to do that.
So I'll tell you how to make money in arm wrestling if you want to make money. You got to be like none. Go ahead.
This is a splinter cell, so you're not going to get popular with Ingen by being on this show. You do realize that.
If you want to make money in arm wrestling, Nunya has the formula. First off, you got to be a decent arm wrestler, and then you got to make fun or call out guys that are sub level arm wrestlers that are worse than you. Piss them off. They want to bet you a lot of money.
New YouTube channel, Enemy of the Sport.
Yeah, you bait them. You call them bad names. You make fun of them. You get them angry, and then they bet you money, and they bet you more money and more money. Then you take all their money when you compete with them. That's the way to make money in the sport.
Yeah. It's good plan, good philosophy.
Yeah. I do have I've got a YouTube channel, by the way. It's I've got like 139 subscribers. So
you're on your way.
If you guys want to go over and subscribe, that'd be great.
Listen, fella, what he's telling you, I got a YouTube channel. I never use it. People tell me all the time I should upload videos. Nah, I'm gonna pique my interest, and once people are begging me for content, I'm gonna be like, Patreon. I have 6 tiers. Get behind this paywall. I got my whole plan. But let me tell you, pal, you can have all the YouTubes and whatnots you want. You gotta get people to want to watch it. Hey, listen, you're new on the scene. It already seems like you can't be. You gotta have something going for you. Either you gotta be the hero that goes up against the villains and the people that want to get behind you like that. Wiggles is trying to be that case, or you go be Wario. You're either Mario or you're Wario. You gotta pick one, feller.
You know what I like to see, Earl? I like to see Wario here versus Dr. Robotnik. You know, Dr. Robotnik.
That's a good. That's a good one.
You know who that is, Justin? You know Dr. Robotnik
I was Sega Genesis. Yeah, Dr. Robotnik. Heck yeah.
Yeah, that's what's his name? Brandon Allen. Brandon Allen.
Filthy poopy power, as he calls himself.
Yeah. I mean, you're big enough to face him. He's got to get a little bit stronger, and that'd be a good match.
So how do you quantify that character? It seems goofy to me. Filthy power. It's just like this turd or something. I don't know.
It's that it has bad undertones any way you look at it.
Undertones, right? Aromatic undertones.
Yes.
Yeah, but Filthy Power is didn't he have a match recently? I thought he had somebody coming up. I forget who it was.
No, I mean it's working. It's working for him. I was just wondering how with that stupid name.
Greg, I sent him a link. He had a match down at Greg Brown's, a squash match, but he takes weaker people too. He's been juicing on steroids since he was goddamn 11 years. His father was probably giving steroids as a child. And
put in the baby bottle.
Yeah, so the boy is being milk fed, tit all kinds of shit, and he just comes up against these other guys that he's just gonna filthy power them. You know, he's not beating them arm wrestling. He's just the man's a power lifter and coming in arm wrestling. So of course he's super strong and a regular arm wrestler that just sits there, you know, doing his arm workouts and ain't doing like fucking big ass deadlifts and squats and shit. I don't give a fuck how good your pronation and whatnot is. Usually a guy like that can one way or another just power fucking right through you.
I mean, he'd blow right through me. I've been in it 3 times as long as him, and he'd pull right through me.
The match I remember is when he beat Larry Wheels. I think that was a big upset. Not upset, but he did that King's move right against Larry. I remember that in King of the Core Sports. What was it? King of the Table. I think that was a big shot.
Same thing with Larry. He can't arm wrestle worth a damn, but he pulled right through me just because he's so big and strong. It is kind of ridiculous.
So Justin, you got to find a niche. Just keep talking. You know, I think you can go for the big man niche. You know, you're a huge guy. Yeah. I wanted you to pull Austin Jennings, you versus 155 pounder in Houston last time.
He probably smoked me.
It'd be a good freak. It'd be a good freak match. You know, this big, huge dude against this small guy, but they're probably similar power levels.
I'm telling you, Justin, all you need is a baker's hat or a Mario hat.
Yeah, I think a Mario hat would be a good niche.
Yeah,
for you,
bro. Put him in a fucking mob movie in the back, fucking buy some meatball sauce and shit.
I'm gonna look up Mario hats on Amazon right now. See what
Justin, I think you should get a full Mario get up, like the whole uniform, like arm wrestle all your matches in a Mario uniform, and then.
Well, I was supposed to pull Jeff Dabe, and that'd be cool. Me in a Mario suit, against Dabe and like Wreck-It Ralph or whatever he gets in.
I say put Jeff Dade as Quasimodo. I think he'd make a good Quasimodo.
Yeah,
I mean, you saw these YouTube videos. I think Devin did it. Schoolboy.
$15 on Amazon, Justin. Mario hat. Check it out.
I think you need the full uniform, the whole get up though. But yeah, these guys are doing like the old man suits where they'll put on the old man mask and go arm wrestling, these strangers, and you got to have your own little niche. Yeah, I think Mario or Wario or one of those would be good.
Hey, I know he's probably watching. Joe True Saves. Make sure we send a link to Joe True Saves because he's been going at war with Mr. Kotlow from what I've seen in their chats. And,
yeah, I told him
that man's got umbrances. He should come on this here live and air him out like a man.
Yeah, I told him until he gets on a real account, I can't take him serious. He uses a troll account to mess with me. I said, until you're on a real account, man, I can't fight with you.
Mr. Kyle, I can tell you this. I have his real account.
Yeah, I know you told me. You guys had a call or you guys had a discussion.
I will say, I won't give his identity away, but I will say he's one of them there Italians. He's got a real Italian.
Real Italian.
Yeah, so if you do, I only got like 330 something friends. If you really
just go through.
If you went through, you would know the other Italians. It would probably stick out. You'd be able to find out.
Good to know.
It's Paul Italia.
Sorry, Joe, but my loyalties, we're new associates just talking.
We have more history together. Yeah, we have more history together.
I consider him an extended friend. We have an extended likely friendship where we both have the same bond over the entertainment involved in arm wrestling, and we working together makes that come to fruition.
Yes, but Joe, I love to know who Joe is, and not in a bad way, but just so he's an interesting character. These characters need to emerge, like I said, and be themselves. They don't need to hide behind a name if they don't have to. So
Andrew Wood should be Captain Xavier. Who's the one who sits in the chair and kind of Captain X, right?
I tried to get Wood to join. I sent him a couple messages.
I would like to see that.
He's freakishly strong.
Hey,
yes.
Yeah.
You know, a man is a psycho when he sits there and smokes like 5 regular store-bought like cheap cigars. I could only do like one of them bastards.
Oh my god. Yeah, those things. We need a Mortal Kombat opponent for Captain Pretentious now that Eric has fallen through.
Yeah,
Who have you got your sights on, Captain?
Do you have a match yet at Winter Blast, Captain, or is that still?
I can't find anything. No, I've been trying. I wanted to do Josh Berger, but I haven't heard anything back, so I don't know.
What weight class? What arm?
Right arm. I'm fat as fuck. I'm 290 pounds.
You versus Grondin.
I've tried that. Yeah, I mean,
yeah, that'd be a good match.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But they're too friendly. Nah, no one wants to see that. They're like butt buddies right now. They're too friendly. They got too much they can relate to. All right, they both got like daughters the same age. They both arm wrestle kind of the same. They look kind of the same. They're like Will Ferrell and John C. Singleton right now.
Right.
Like,
who's the better arm wrestler, the two of you guys, in a real match?
Yeah, I'd say
Ryan. Is he really? Okay, Ryan is. Okay.
I've only been doing it for about a year now, and not super serious for the first 6 months.
So we need
somebody that's going to get him up and training. When he comes back from chefing long nights, he needs to have a reason where he's gonna get on that there band and whatever else he's got to have motivation.
Get Captain versus Super Mario. Super fat Mario.
We need Mr. Kahlo, we need a bigger roster of characters. Do you do any active promoting?
Some of the characters have faded away, unfortunately. We had the Palmer era that's kind of died off. We had this Wade Carlson kind of delusional character who's faded away. Nunya is one of the characters that's still up here, but a lot of them have faded away, haven't they, Nunya? I don't know who is.
Well, as Macho Man once said to me, Gene Okerlund, and the masses, the cream races to the top.
Yeah, this is a sport where I see a lot of guys come in and bounce out. At least in the realm that I'm in. Maybe in '98 there's more long-term guys, but
King of Denmark, you should come to the AWU verse, Broderson. We need a level-headed. You're like, you know who Broderson reminds me of? You ever seen Pinocchio? He's the Cricket, Jiminy Cricket. He's like Jiminy Cricket. He's like
I think Broderson's too logical and rational for AWU.
No, I might well. They don't.
He's got edge.
Well
he's a conscious but got edge. He used to be a gambling degenerate and used to be betting on penny stocks and whatnot. So he's got some baggage in his genes. He has potential to grift and whatnot, but he's a level-headed feller. And he's got like I said, he reminds me of a Jiminy Cricket.
I'm definitely interested. Are you going to expand out of you're in Texas, right?
Yeah, I just usually do an annual thing there, but I usually it's in November. Kind of like, I think it's a Winter Blast and annual. Yeah, I mean, I would if someone wanted to do it, but I wouldn't do it myself. But maybe Nunya will carry the torch on the East Coast. But again, not to compete with '98.
Oh, well, okay. You want your controversial topic of the night. I've got it for you. This whole idea of competing in a free market, well, it's going to happen. So what do you do with that? I mean,
repeat. What do you mean competing in a free market? Aren't like
so? Is it a free market, or is it a free market or not in arm wrestling?
I mean, I think it should be. Back to the uncensored, slogan is everyone should be able to compete however they want. If you're talking about the elites who are kind of stuck in organizations, I mean that is what it is. But I would say for anyone outside the elites, yeah, they should be able to compete anywhere, anytime. Again, it's not really a money-making sport, and at least from my viewpoint, it's more for fun and let guys get as much reps as they want. I think it's great all these small organizations are available. I mean, I would say AWU is kind of just a fun thing. It's not even like a huge organization, but what the 98 has and all these other people who are running tournaments now. I see this tournament in December. What's the one that everyone's advertising? This $28,000 and the best 32 guys per weight class. Like,
yeah. What's interesting, he put that right ahead of the Gussie tournament. That's Luray and guy Griffith.
Right, and Luray Jenkins and
Yeah, but he put that. So Todd's got to run his now. I just talked to him today. He's got to run his 2 weeks after because he's got guys pulling in that. Wayne Withers is going to be pulling Humphreys. Is it Craig Humphreys or he broke into the national ranks in heavyweight. He's from Kentucky, real strong guy. But who's the other guy?
Not to sidetrack you, but that you're hitting, Justin, you're hitting on exactly my topic. Does everybody have to worry about stepping on everybody else's toes and scheduling, or is it a true free market, or do we all have to tippy toe around? Oops, I accidentally, that's 1 day away from your tournament, or should everyone just do their own thing and just try to?
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not like businesses where you can acquire somebody, like these companies buy other companies. But yeah, I agree with you. Like whenever I did the AW, someone was like, "Oh, there's a East versus West tournament the week before," and as you talk to somebody about this, and I'm like, can you really manage all these events and make it sequential so people can avoid this and that? But I think it's got to the point now where it's so easy to throw an event, right? I mean, you can just get a venue and get guys to come, and it's not hard to do. Do you have to align with everybody? I'd say no, but in your own state or your own area, I'd say you should at least, it's probably best to align with the big organizations to verify they don't have anything, but you don't have to, like, if they say yes, you don't say, okay, I have to do this, but it's probably in your best interest to check. You get a lot of heat if you don't, at least from my experience. But there's so many events now, like it's everywhere. Like you can look on Facebook and everybody's like, look at this event, that event. I think it's a good thing though.
What up, Devin's forearm?
Back, you guys remember the UFC, the early days, there was like one event every, two events, 3 events a year. Now there's a UFC event every couple of weeks now. And not saying that's competing, not saying it's competing organizations, but it does get a little bit diluted when there's always these new events every 3 weeks, new title belt, new title belt, new title belt.
It's so boring now. Like I used to be a diehard fan. I grew up
I was too.
Me and my brothers, we used to rent the tapes. We used to practice the moves on each other. Like we were more into that than wrestling, and we were into wrestling. And I'm telling you, like now they took everything away from it that made it awesome and cool. Like they made it like a stupid sport with these technicalities and rules that different fighters can exploit. Where back in the day, it was like tough shit. You're in here, like someone's winning this fight, someone's losing. It's a fight.
Yeah. It goes more like more to money making too. Like how many cards can we crank out?
Yeah.
And so I think arm wrestling, I think it's good. Again, there's a lot of events, but it does get a little bit saturated. And then you have to pick. But I like to see these big events, obviously, like these big tournaments that come up and things like that. But now you've got to decide where you want to spend your money. Like, do I want to go here? Do I want to go here?
Right.
So I think, yeah. So how do you, maybe it's a good question for you guys. How do you guys decide your schedule for next year? Like, how do you pick off the events you want to go to?
I'll just interject here real quick because I have a strong opinion on this. I think that big events, if you know an organization or a place close to you is throwing a big event, that's like, say, their yearly big event. If you throw a bunch of big events, for you to throw a big event on that day on purpose, that's some fucked up shit, especially if you're a bigger entity or whatever. Because you're squashing you're directly competing with them, especially if you are on the same spectrum, then yeah, go ahead, compete with each other. But if you have a bigger demographic and you're talking about wall and you're talking about other shit, then you should leave, say, the lower tier promotions set, let's say, alone and let them have their talent come through and do their thing. Because what is it? It's feeder organizations for you. Professional wrestling had this shit set up. If you look at their model, the lower territories were feeder organizations. And if you look good down there, you were called up to WCW or WWF or a bigger show, and then you got your shot at the big time. Like that's the way it should be structured, something like that, like a tier system. Am I right or wrong? It sound crazy?
I mean, if I were you guys, which I'm not like a serious arm wrestler, but if I was Nunya, for example, I would look at where do I get the most exposure? Like, where can I get the biggest matches? Am I going to go some tournament where I'm not going to get exposure? Or am I going to go to this event where I'm going to have a big super match and all eyes are on me? That's probably a good place to go. So for my focus would be more of how can I get either, if you want a bigger match that's not really a lot of exposure, or I want a place where there's a lot of eyes on me. Maybe it's not as big a name, but I actually get the exposure. That'd be kind of how I rank things. And again, maybe costs too, like do I have to drive versus fly and get hotels? So all these factors would go into my decision of how I plan to do it. But just going back to that big tournament, there's a lot of guys on that list. I'm like, how the heck did they get on there? For them, they're gonna go in those tournaments and get killed. But it's also probably the experience of being there, meeting the guys. But some of these guys are sharks, and some of these guys are minnows. If you saw
There
the
you
names
go.
on there, yeah, it's like a feeding frenzy. It's like you got 2 or 3 guys who are gonna sweep, and you got 30 guys who are gonna get run over. In my opinion. Did any of you guys get invited to that?
Right.
Did anyone get invited in those events? No.
No.
I mean, I saw some of the names on there, and I'm like, I think
Well,
Nunya could beat some of those guys at those weight classes personally.
Getting invited to events, I might as well do this time to promo not only myself but Vita Cell Biologics, Rob K, big ups, and so I'll be going there. I'm flying in the 4th, and I'll be there till the 8th. So I'm going to Vita Cell. I'm getting my treatment, and I'll be there. So just saying, as far as lists and getting invited to, that's the biggest accomplishment in my eyes so far. Not only as far as like how I got it, and, the events that transpired, but because I really need that. I need that for like people that know me. My whole left shoulder, my whole left side, my whole left arm is fucked up, and I got other shit wrong with me too. But I feel like these stem cell companies and Vitacell specifically, like they're, let's face it, like the biggest one around right now in arm wrestling and in North America, as far as I see, trending and whatnot. So they have a lot of pros, elite level, not only arm wrestlers but athletes all over across the board, right? So they have a lot of these people that why do they sponsor them and they get the therapy sessions for discount, or say events like this where you get it for free because you're on the list. They do that because they know that this athlete's going to go and perform wearing their shirt, repping their shit. So now we're going to see their improvement. They see how Devin is like unstoppable. They know the history, and they're like, "Whoa, what did he change in his regimen? Oh shit!" And he's claiming these stem cells and bullshit. So now more people do it. That's going to pump the fucking that system up. Now, a guy like me, they haven't really delved into that yet, from what I see. But I'm representing somebody with real injuries, and I'm at a stage where my progress. When you look at these elites, it's hard to tell. Like, are the stem cells really making them that much better? But with someone like me, it could be a very drastic difference and a change, and that would be a very good, marketing for Vitacell Biologics and stem cells. You can actually see how well they can work as a subject like me, from like coming from a base beginner level all around. That makes sense.
So Earl, can you comment about those days you're going to be there? Is there an agenda? Like what's going to happen?
Hold on.
Oh, good.
Let's let there was a special request for Farrer. Like, do you want to entertain that request from the chat, or is that not something you want to do?
Your musical cup.
I have no idea what it is.
I think you got something for Christmas. You were showing us like a Bluetooth cup.
I'll go get it for you. Hold on.
All right.
Be right back.
While you're looking for that,
yes.
Earl, have they given you an agenda? Like, what are you gonna do for 3 or 4 days while you're there besides get shot up?
Very hush hush. To tell you,
it is.
I haven't received details until today, and very little. So I'm just getting all my paperwork in order and whatnot. But as far as like there's gonna be no mention of where the event's gonna be taking place. All that's top secret.
Wow.
So that won't even be announced, but it will be somewhere in Las Vegas.
How about attendee list? They give you the attendee list at all?
No, I haven't received. I got my bare minimum information that they need for me, and that's it. And then it'll be pretty much when you're there, then you're told, as you get there, however which way it happens.
It's exciting.
It's a custom cup they got there, right? Look at that thing.
It's like, if anybody's ever seen Eyes Wide Shut with the name. I mean, I do have a tattoo right here that says "Kill Illuminati" with the triangle, so it's kind of funny, but it does got some Eyes Wide Shut connotations and vibes. It makes it very interesting. I feel like Hunter S. Thompson right now. Fuck Tom Cruise. I don't feel like him. I feel like HST, but you feel me?
What was that password? Fidelio or something like that?
Fidelio.
Yeah, Fidelio.
The master if anybody is calling Chicken's home. Devin Lorette better be careful because he's getting ready to run another sorcerer who knows how to play the energies.
That was a very nice cup, Justin. I enjoyed
if anybody wants to, I'm going to post on Facebook. I don't know if you guys are friends with me on Facebook, but Justin Farr, and I'm going to put where I got it on there, the lady's name and stuff, and it's pretty cool. But it prevented me from talking for like 35 minutes or whatever on the last show. I had the Bluetooth turned on it, and it wouldn't had it all fouled up. But
so you said you say your name is Justin Farr. I look at it and I see Ferrara.
Yeah.
Ferrara.
Goes by Ferrari, right? Justin Ferrari.
Ferrari. Yeah, that's what they called me in
I like Ferrara.
college. Nobody could say my name, so they just said
I
Ferrari.
said when Wiggles beats you, we're going to change it to Fiat. If Wiggles beats you
Yeah,
again, we're going to make it Justin Fiat.
Is it Italian name or more sort of Eastern European or Muslim? Or
Well,
what?
I would say it's. I've got Italian, but there's also the story is they couldn't say farrier, or that you were a farrier, which meant you put
Yeah, I know what that is.
horseshoes on a blacksmith or whatever. So they said that's just how that it derived from that from England, but I do have Italian too, and Irish, and everything.
So the Mario thing will go well.
You know,
if you're Italian, Mario works with the Italian, so you're perfect.
You kind of look a Portuguese.
Fit right in.
Portuguese.
A Portuguese.
Can I get the Damon Ransom story? I keep hearing about Damon Ransom. I don't know anything about.
Oh man, that's like a whole show. That's like a.
Quick notes.
I can give a quick notes before I have to go. So, do y'all know who Damon Ransom is? First of all, if anybody doesn't know who Damon is,
I've seen him.
I've just heard the name.
Justin, do you know who Damon is?
No, I don't know Damon. No.
Yeah, so
Damon Ransom.
this is even before I was around, which has only been a couple of years. But Damon, I guess, has been trolling all the arm wrestling discussion pages and all those pages for years and years and years. And never really arm wrestled in his life, but he's always had these videos doing crazy lifts, lifting crazy amounts of weight all incorrectly, bodies turned the wrong way, climbing inside arm wrestling tables that don't have bases on them, putting his leg up and crawling back and posting these videos, and everyone's saying he's doing 130 pounds of side pressure or these crazy numbers, and then he'll have Toddzilla and pros that'll jump on his thread and say it's all wrong, and then he'll argue with them and tell them they're wrong, and
nice.
It goes back and forth. He's been doing this forever, so eventually he never really arm wrestled. He arm wrestled like his brother on a dining room table. He'd arm wrestle somebody in Walmart, and because he works there, and he'd say, "Oh, I can beat everybody, but I just haven't competed yet." So eventually, he competed against Rob Kelly, who is also not the best arm wrestler, and I guess he beat Rob. And so everybody talked up this hype for a long time about a rematch, and there was so much talk about it that Paul Italia put him on a pay-per-view card. If you guys remember when Lachlan Adair pulled Toddzilla, Travis Bajit pulled Brandon L. Seltzer, they had Rob versus Damon on the card, and Damon won 3-0. And so Damon said, "Who are you going to call out next?" And he said, "I'll pull Austin Jennings, all these guys." And so then some guys in Florida with Artem and all of them said, "Oh, let's get a match for Damon." So they got this guy, Mike Newman. You know who Michael Newman is? Smaller guy, but super strong. Yeah. So they were able to get Damon to take a bus like 16 hours from Washington to Florida to have this match. And they interviewed Damon like it was a big deal. Like this is going to be some massive event, massive match. And then they had Michael just embarrass him, like hold him center, smile at the camera, all this stuff, and Damon got exposed. Well, Damon, of course, came back and said, that was luck, and I was injured, whatever it was, and just kept posting more lift videos. So I was like, we got to get this guy to come to Arm Wrestling Uncensored because he's such a character. Go ahead.
He didn't pay his.
Yeah. So anyway, he started making bets so he called out Austin Jennings, left-handed, and so Austin accepted. And they started making bets, and we made a bet contract that they're going to have this like $300 bet, and all this stuff's going to happen. Well, right before the match, Damon said, "I'm not going to do the bet anymore." My mom said, "I can't do it," because he lives with his parents. He's like 30. He's like 38 years old, but he lives with like 10 people in this house. And so he came down. He's like, "I don't have the money anymore." He's supposed to pay me some money. He didn't have all the money, but we're like, "Okay, let's have the match happen." So then Austin Jennings and him pulled, and Austin just completely embarrassed him. Left-handed, like talked to him, taunted him, and this guy from Chicago named Esteban pulled him right-handed and embarrassed him as well. So if you go in Ari's and look up Damon, he's 0-6 in the system. He's never won a match. But then he came back later and said, "That was a fluke. My wrist was hurt. Blah 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 blah." Same story in dance. So they brought him to North Carolina, and he pulled a guy named Phil Dang and got his butt kicked again. So every time he does this, he gets his butt kicked by everybody, but he goes back and posts lift videos to say he's like, beating world records. So it's like this complete delusionalness. The question is always, is he trolling or is he just insane? And no one can really tell. Yeah, it's like no one can tell what's really happening.
That's perseverance right there. I love it. Anybody who's that committed to anything is impressive.
So he'll still post videos today of him doing lifts, and he posted one recently, and Toddzilla commented twice, and it had like 50 reactions to it. And Todd's like, side pressure is when you go sideways, not when you go backwards. So anyway, that's his story. He's just this character in the sport who's never won a match, but he thinks he's like, the greatest arm wrestler ever.
Sounds like you need to keep that guy around. He's a lot. Like
he was supposed to come to our last event. He was supposed to come to our last event, and he flaked like last minute. He didn't have the money, and he made up a bunch of excuses. So,
yeah.
I think you're muted. Earl, or I can't hear you.
Yeah, we can't hear you.
You got all kinds, I beat a few people,
Dave, are you there?
I've got to win against. Well, I don't know. There's several on there. I've got some second place. I've never been able to win a tournament yet. I've got a lot of seconds, a lot of thirds. It seems like there's that one guy,
Wiggles is your kryptonite.
The one guy that you can't beat.
Justin, I just want to know if you have a picture of Wiggles on the wall, like in your workout room, so you can look at Wiggles and be like, "That's my motivation."
I do all day. Did you see my post today? I took him down, but I said that the bigger boy.
Oh, I did see that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah, we got to find it and put it on there.
Wiggles is Wiggles is my boy. If you guys don't know who Wiggles is, he's a strong guy out of Ohio, super heavyweight. But he started in the sport like big fat guy, no strength, and he's come a long way. So he came to our first event. And he's come to most since then, and he's really leveled up since. So he came down and he thought he's going to beat Texas's #1 puller Ryan Carter and got mopped, and so he's back to the drawing board. But he's very determined to climb the ranks, and he works really hard.
Awesome.
How's it going, Professor?
What's the news, Dave?
You guys know I practice with Wiggles.
Yeah, sorry, I just saw this now, but I figured if you're on 20% as long as we were the other night, you'd still be on. Well, I can't believe they're on for 10 hours and 7 minutes.
Are Dave and Nunya going to yell at each other tonight, or
I saw not to.
I think Earl's his audio is gone, so y'all can't have a fight. It's not working.
Yeah, I can't hear him at all.
Well, as soon as Dave came, Nunya's video or audio went away. I wonder if that was connected. Did Dave send some kind of virus to him?
Reconnect real quick.
But I saw a video, Dave, of you going just nuts on him. I think Ryan Grondin sent it to me. I didn't know the context, but you were just screaming at the top of your lungs. I was cracking up. What was the context of that fight?
He was accused. I honestly don't remember what I had said, but he started accusing me of virtue signaling, and I said no. And then that he continued by shouting over it. It's difficult to talk when he is on because he just never let you get a word in. And I was pointing that out somewhat loudly.
Well, Dave, he's sober today, so completely different character.
Actually, he didn't look that bad the other night, to be honest with you. Sometimes you can really tell, but I thought he was reasonably sober the other night. But of course, I did go back and look at the video. I was off for about a half an hour after that because I got that call from Eric and decided to take that, and so I had to go back and watch what was being said while I was off orally, because people could see me fighting with Eric, but which was an interesting half-hour conversation.
Yeah, Captain filled me in on the bad news. Well, the news anyway, that there are going to be no productions between 98% and Eric. Everything's canceled, matches included, and so.
Can you hear my audio now?
Yes, you're
hear me.
Yeah.
Hey, Dave,
Hi
did you
there.
come on this show to apologize for yelling at me?
Oh,
and being very rude?
absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Seriously, you got some nerve.
Hey, I not only got lots of mileage from that, but I won't name names here, but I had 2 or 3 people say, "Hey, would you like me to beat him up for you?" And I said, "No, that's okay. That's all right.
Send your goons my way, Dave. Please do. Tell them come beat me up next tournament they see me at. Hey, matter of fact, tell them to come to Winter Blast. Hey, if they're watching this, you fucking nerds, come to Winter Blast. Come try and beat me up. Come on.
Well, actually, I think some of them will be at Winter Blast, but
then copy and paste this. come and try to beat me up. Come and try to assault me at Winter Blast. Watch what fucking happens.
Dave, I'm sorry you didn't get to meet. You didn't get to meet
I don't know what kind of
Earl
grown men
Copenhagen.
are telling another grown man they're gonna beat somebody up for saying words to them. But I want those bitches to come and present themselves. Who are they, Dave? Why don't you say who they are since they want to beat me up?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I've stirred up enough trouble already.
What are the names, Dave? No, now it's an investigation. Well, now you went too far. Now it's a full-on fledged investigation. I will find out their names. So guess what, Dave? You're gonna upset them because they probably didn't plan on you saying this, and they probably didn't plan on me finding out. But now I will find out who the fuck they are, sir. So thank you for your service.
Well, and see what I mean? Adam tried to get in there, and he just couldn't make it. He just could not get a word in because,
Well, I was trying to be fair.
I'm glad he is presenting me with evidence of what I said.
I was just trying to cut off the inevitable of what I saw coming, but it's not for me to do.
Captain, if I am the co-host of the show, if Dave's not going to apologize, then boot him. He gets booted if there's no apology.
Well, if he wishes,
he does not get no airtime.
If the show would like to, I will.
Co-hosted.
Apologize, Dave. With that.
You were rude and out of hand.
Hey, if he boots me, I'll go back to doing something useful rather than talking to you.
Give me their names. Give me their names and or apologize.
I'll be right back.
Booted and banned indefinitely.
Now, how do you know Dave wasn't making a joke about this whole thing?
Dave was not.
I don't like Dave's pretentious, snake-like behavior. All right, he's a goddamn chameleon. All right, and yeah.
What you see
and come on, chameleon. I definitely meant that pun intended.
What you see is what you get with me.
Yeah.
What you see is.
Hey, at least he told you. He could have told the guys send him out and paid him off.
I want names. I want the man is threatening. The man is threatening my livelihood. I want names.
No, so threatening your livelihood. They're threatening your face.
So in my eyes, Dave Shell just threatened me. He threatened me with physical violence. That's something a guy would do. He would do an outright threat. He would be like, "Hey, listen, I got guys that want to beat you up for me." That's a threat. That's a threat.
I'm sorry, that just sounds funny.
You know who you sound like? You know who made that argument? The other I want to know because all these these people that that's an actionable remark. You threaten me. You sound just like Eric Harlan.
Not at all, Dave. Don't try to piece me together with your little LGBTQ community friend. I know you guys are butt buddies now that you found out he's LGBTQ like you are. But listen, don't bring that nonsense my way. And another reason why you won't be invited on the show. All right? And for real, enough of your nonsense on the 98. You don't need to be bringing that fucking old geezer fucking drama over yonder.
Well, speaking of old geezer, it is true that the reason I just saw this now is I was taking one of my afternoon naps, which certainly can't be because I'm 72, but whatever.
Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends?
Not a fan, Broderson. Not a fan. He's shown his true colors way too many times. Listen, no matter what Dave Shell does, he'll never redeem himself. If there's a zombie apocalypse that happens and we are running and he's there, I'm definitely tripping him for his sins against humanity and me.
What's going on, guys?
Nanya and Dave Shell are not friends anymore.
He's just telling people why I'm a skunk.
He's a snake. He's a
unfortunately,
chameleon.
Unfortunately, I've gotten all over the country, and people have known me.
Of course you have. You fucking psychopath.
So people know me, and when somebody starts telling bullshit stories about me, they know enough to say, "That's bullshit."
And they want to beat up. They're gonna say, "I'm gonna beat him up, you David." Yeah.
What were you gonna say about Eric, David?
Oh, I just said that Nanya just made the point that in effect were people talking about beating him up that was threatening, and I said that was very similar to Eric the other night. Eric said that when we got on the podcast, we're talking about killing him, that was actionable, and he could take action. I said,
being sarcastic, you fucking retard. I'm being
the same argument.
I'm being fucking sarcastic, you fucking dumbass.
Ah, I see.
You really think I think? Oh, you're threatening me? Like you have the like these people would even follow through? Do you think I even believe that whatsoever?
Well,
you're giving me ammunition. You're giving me ammunition, and I'm running with it. And
I have no way of knowing this.
Dave, thanks for the material. What else you got for me? You couldn't
Well,
give me.
I have no way of knowing this because I haven't. I just got on the show and I don't know how much you've been munching mushrooms for the last hour and 41 minutes.
I'm completely sober, pal.
He's straight as the day he was born right now. He's
completely sober. Look in my eyes, completely sober. Been drinking water all day. Completely sober.
The bigger question is, why would these people come forward? They must really dislike you, Nani, that they would jump on that opportunity to call Dave up and
just Dave Sell talking about some random people, dude, out of the collective of all people. No, that doesn't mean that, Broderson. That's 2 random people on Dave Shell's account out of all the masses of people involved with arm wrestling in the vicinity and geographically located and whatnot and extended that we're talking about, sir.
But why would they feel they needed to even make that offer? I don't even see the point of what they were doing.
Well, it could be Dave Shell could just be making this shit up because he didn't supply names, first of all. So that's very plausible. Also, people do that, Broderson. People are sitting in a bar drunk or they're with their friends and they feel confident. And they're like, you want me to beat that guy up for you? Them knowing that, like that's just, come on. Yeah, how many people
it's
say
just talk
like that? That's
talk.
I will say this: these were people that you have annoyed immensely as well. They were very happy to hear that somebody, me, had finally opened my mouth to say some of the things that they had not said. And they
let everybody know, Dave. You can let everybody know. Anybody that wants to come at me aggressively for shit I say, all right, and shit I fucking do, I'm around. I'm around, and I'm always ready.
You certainly are.
I'm not going to be ducking cover or nothing. Like if anybody's got a problem with me, come at me. It's good.
So have you? I know Eric calls you a lot. Has he called you since that episode where he had the ski mask on?
No.
Did he block you after that?
Well, the other night. No, Friday night. I don't think he has spoken to me since Friday night. Let me make absolutely certain here, but I don't recall. No.
See, I don't like it when people ghost and they go on silent treatment and all that. I don't like that behavior, but I have behaviors about me that people don't like too. So, but
let's see. No, let's see.
This is a free country, and I'm allowed to disdain and not approve and not like somebody. And people want to threaten physical violence because I'm audible of my disapproval for somebody in a free fucking country. Come at me, motherfuckers. Yeah, for real.
Be like the old guy I used to work with. He had a beef with it. He was I'm not outing anybody because nobody knows him, but he cheated with somebody and somebody got word and the husband's like, I'm going to come and find him. And the old guy just sat there on his couch with his shotgun, said, I'm right here, gave him the address and everything. The guy needless to say, the guy never showed up.
All I gotta say is, I'm a type. I go in a restaurant. I always got my back set up in the corner, like it ain't facing the door. I'm a type of motherfucker that's always on point. So, like, if you're coming at me, you better be coming directly and with a fucking plan, not on no stupid shit.
No, nobody's coming. I think they decline you.
I mean, again, Protestant. This is content. Jesus fucking Christ.
Actually, he did try to call me.
We have a show here.
He did try to call me at 3:34 Saturday morning, and I did not hear it because for whatever, I don't remember why, but other than that, but no, I've not spoken to him since after midnight Saturday, Friday to Saturday.
He was hitting me up a lot on Christmas. Yeah, he unblocked me on Christmas. It was my Christmas gift.
Oh.
Yeah. My buddy, Eric Harlan, looking for a liquor store. Yeah. I heard I had never heard of, I didn't know the Damon Ransom story. I asked Kotlow while he was on here.
Oh, I can tell you plenty about Damon. Damon, this is my theory on him so far. Okay. He has me absolutely befuddled. Because unlike other people, I don't know if he's either a very committed, aware troll, and he's playing a troll game that's well beyond anyone else's due diligence for commitment. Let's just say that. or he's just a fucking savant of some sorts, because he has glimpses of genius. He he has 99 Harry Potter wands, so apparently he's a sorcerer. He's conjured things before. He's went to different. I don't fucking know, but he's very fascinating. That's one thing. His story. I feel like it would be great content to go to his location, his job, where he lives, his domicile, and do a Damon Ransom docu-series, and maybe bring some arm wrestlers around, because I think he's just a very dedicated troll, because he outs himself. Like, there's certain things he says, he goes off character, and he's just so dedicated to the craft, where I think if he was just someone that was retarded like that and mentally ill, he would have fallen off at some point.
Right.
He's always maintained consistency. He might delete his Facebook, this and that, but he's back in a few days, to do it all over again. So that's what I can say about that. As far as endurance goes, Damon, man, dude, somebody needs to put him at solving a world problem. That would be good for him. Just here, Damon, this is one thing, obsess about it, figure it out. That's what he needs to be doing.
Right. Sounds like a great character. I'd like to interact with him.
I mean, hit him up. He'll talk to you, bro. Just hit up Damon Ransom. I think he's got a few different Facebooks. You got to find which one's active.
No, I mean on a cast or something.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think he's shy. He's a typer. He's not he knows better. He'll make videos of him doing his training, but he doesn't have the bandwidth. He has a phone that's 12 years old. That's one of the ones when they first came out with the keyboards where you flip up, flip the envy. Yeah, bro. He's on one of them bad boys. If you look at his videos, go to his YouTube. He's got hundreds of videos. They're all on one of those Nokias when they first came out with the video camera.
Is his channel name the same as what is his channel name?
I'm sure if you go to AW chats, someone get that information. I could actually get it.
I'll find him. I'll find him.
Probably come up. He is infamous. I think he's the most famous no name internet personality person there is worldwide. A lot of people know of Damon Ransom one way or another.
I presume you know who we're talking about, Dave.
Yeah, I've met him. I pulled him, and in fact, I took him to picked him up and took him to Dave Morocco's big practice a couple of years ago.
How did it go pulling
vehicle?
How did it go with you and him pulling?
Well, it was kind of bizarre because we got there and Dave had a sit-down table. And of course, Damon had been talking about, now admittedly, this was 4 years ago, probably. And we had a sit-down table. We went in and sat down. And of course, he'd been talking about how he'd been beating all these 300-pounders. And honest to God, I don't remember what arm it was. Maybe it was both. He had nothing for me. And I thought, what the hell is going on here? And I commented on it. And he said, and his excuse was, I was not what was spent. It wasn't spent. It was he was, what was the word he used? But anyway, he was basically he wasn't, he didn't have all his power there, and I can't think of the word at the moment. And I said, oh, he wasn't fresh. And I said, we just got here. It was the first pull of the day for both of us. And his reason that he wasn't fresh is he had lifted at the gym that week. And I thought, it was just bizarre.
That lines up with the story that Kotlo told about his pattern of excuse.
Yeah, I mean, I was really annoyed at him because, he lives in D.C., and this was suburban Baltimore, basically, where Morocco is. And so I offered to take him. And in fact, you almost met him because I offered to take him to the thing in Virginia that I just saw you at Harvest Gap. But so I had to explain to him. I said, okay, look, what you do, get on the metro, go over to Union Station on the Red Line, get on the MARC train to, which is a commuter, to Baltimore, and get off at Odenton, and I'll pick you up there. But I said, look, I want to be there for the whole day. I don't want to have to leave halfway through. And so about 3 o'clock or so, he starts going on, because we usually went till 5, at least there. About 3 o'clock, he starts going on about, I have to work tonight, and nagging and pestering for me to take him to the train station, take him back to the train station. And I was hot. And so I really, it was some trepidation that I offered to take him to Harvest Gap. But I said, look, we are not going to leave early. If you want to go, I'll take you. And he just couldn't, he hemmed and hawed as to when he was available and when he wasn't available and yada, yada, yada. And finally, I just said, forget it.
I hear you. That jives with the story. I hear you, Paul. Yeah, that jives with the story.
Yeah, and it really would have been a mess, because when I left Harvest Gap, I really would have had to go well out of my way that night, because what I would have probably done is, rather than taking him to the Red Line over at Gaithersburg, which is where I would have picked him up I was at Khalil Grizzly's house before I went to Virginia, had a practice there, and actually 2 challenge matches there. And I probably would have taken him over to the new Silver Line at Dulles. But even that would have been well out of my way to go home. But
what about a match? Would Captain run right through him? Probably.
Yeah. Yeah, that doesn't surprise. I mean, he just, and he's just bizarre with some of his posts. He's just absolutely fascinated by the grip strength of tigers and lions and bears and all this stuff. Is like, whatever. I mean, he was very pleasant. I mean, I had along with him fine, but he was just very annoying as far as, trying to help him out. And, it was very difficult. But no, I was very surprised, because he had been talking about, how powerful he was. And honestly, I mean, hey, and I have never claimed to be all that strong, as everybody knows. But, that day, he either was having a bad day or whatever, because he had absolutely nothing. And it was sit down, which is even more. You'd say, well, I'm considerably heavier than he is. Yeah, but sit down, shouldn't be. Not only was he going on about, I beat all these 300-pounders, who probably don't know how to arm wrestle, but it was sit down. So really, the weight was not nearly as much a factor.
Right.
Eric beat a 300-pounder that worked at Denny's once. He told me about that.
Mm-hmm. Well, with Eric, it was kind of interesting, because I said something about, he was talking about how his job makes him strong. And I was saying that there was this kid that joined us, teenager that joined us at practice one day, that had a grip and a wrist like you wouldn't believe with his one arm. And it was because his job was dipping hard ice cream. And so Eric wanted to make it absolutely clear that he was absolutely not from the custard side of that, Frankie's or Freddy's or whatever the name of the place is. He was a burger smasher. He's a burger smasher.
The ranks. He started on the custard team, and he earned his fucking steak fucking stripes.
Yeah, he's a burger pounder, not a ice cream person.
So what about working at Freddy's makes him strong? What protein?
Well, apparently they pound their burgers rather than squish them or something. I don't know. But I think that was it. Burger pounding.
All right, so everybody knows if you go to Freddy's, you probably got like someone like a Hard Arlen pounding your burgers, and he's probably not washing his hands, and God knows where them hands been and what they've been doing. This is a bad look for Freddy's all around.
Well, and I had never heard of the place, and apparently there are 4 of them in Greater Philadelphia. One of which is like about a mile and a half off the beaten path where I would go down to the Philly practices.
Young women working at Freddy's pounding my meat. I don't want no Hard Arlens in there. That's it. Young women should be working fast food. Young impoverished single mothers.
Young people in general.
Well,
so maybe I'll get to the Freddy's near the Philly practice sometime, but I didn't go down tonight. We're going to have a very big practice tomorrow, and I don't know. Maybe I'll go to.
This is not Dave Shell drives around the fucking world, fucking America. All right, enough of your nonsense, Captain. He's been kicked off a while ago. Listen, he's talking nonsense. Get him the fuck out of here.
Well, we are bleeding into old Beer Man stream now, so we might as well just wrap it up.
Yeah, it's good time to exit too. All right, Dave. Next time you come on the show, you better have a full apology. All right, I want a full fucking essay on why you were wrong and how you learned your lesson and how you should proceed.
Don't hold your breath. We'll be as blue as your shirt.
You're a fucking history teacher. Write me a full essay, all right, in depth.
MLA formatted, you know.
I'm not.
All right, hey, everybody, have a great night. It was a great time. Love you all.
Night.